Welcome. So today I want to go over some of the events that we got coming up at the gym, as well as some giving opportunities for October while we're still in October here, as well as just programming that's coming up, what's coming down the pipeline for you guys. So first things first, we have a pelvic health seminar that is going to be exclusively offered for women, and it is going to be taught appropriately by a woman. It is Shelby Woolcock, who is Trent's wife. A lot of you know Trent, our in-house physical therapist. At this point, you've gotten to talk to him, you've at least seen him around. Introduce yourself at some point if you haven't already. Anyway, this is his wife, also a doctor of physical therapy, and she's going to be leading the education side of the seminar. So the first part of the seminar, again, it's going to run from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., so roughly a 2-hour block, is going to be dedicated mainly around education and understanding how things should operate with pelvic health. And then we're also going to take that and apply it in a boot camp style workout. So pretty low barrier to entry in terms of skill. If there's people who aren't super familiar with fitness and they want to come, this will definitely be appropriate for them. And a big part of that learning process and actually doing the workout is going to be modifications and scaling options around things related to the pelvis. And by design, that workout is constructed in a way that at least some things are core focused, so to speak, so that things actually need to get modified, because that's part of the goal of this, is to equip you and know how you should be changing things in your workouts so that you can optimize your pelvic health. So that's the first thing that we've got coming up. Again, that is November 22nd. That's a Saturday from 10 to 12. It's listed on our website, so I'll link to it below. Be sure to check that out, and also bring other people along with you to the gym for this event. It's going to be a great opportunity, and I know Shelby's going to kill it. So that is one of our big events that we got coming up. Also, we have 2 different charity type giving opportunities for October while it's still October. One is Oktoberfest, and that is with Curtin Intermediate School. So basically, if you bring in socks, new socks, we will donate them, and that will go to the homeless population in Lycoming County. So you can either go on and do the Amazon wish list. That's an option if you scan the QR code out there in the gym, or you can actually bring socks to the gym that are new and leave them here, and obviously we will get them to the people as needed. Just make sure you do that by the end of October. The other opportunity is with the food drive, and this is with Bayada Health. That's one of our neighbors here at the gym out by 3rd Street. And similarly, we are going to be donating for people who are homeless. They will get those food donations, and it's more centered around Thanksgiving type food themes. I'm sure, however, they will take any type of food, be it canned, jarred, or unperishable items. So again, there is a list that's posted out by the gym. I will send it to you. If you want to text me, I can certainly get it to you. So 2 great ways to give. Okay, programming wise, 2 things, big picture. One is getting colder, I should say. It's downright cold some of these mornings now. So majority of the time we're going to be doing things with the doors shut, meaning that we're not going to run as much. I think we only have 1 workout that I've written so far that I know that we're going to be running, and I know that it's something that people can pop in and out the man doors easily. So most of the time we're going to be trying to keep the doors shut, keep the heat in the building for the most part. And certainly as it gets icy and things like that, we won't be running outside. So I know some of you that brings you joy, others of you, you're sad to see the running go. But then obviously we're going to try to do things that preserve running qualities. So things like double unders and box jumps and shuttle runs, and even though they're not traditional running, they still preserve a lot of those qualities that are good, because you want to keep that because you worked hard throughout the year. So I'll be very conscious of that when I'm programming things to get some bounding in throughout the week. We'll make sure we continue to touch on pushing and pulling work. And then one of the things that I really wanted to bring back that we're going to be doing this October and November is the lumberjack total progression. So lumberjack total, 1 rep max, power clean, strict pull up, and bench press. What a great total. Yeah, so we're going to be basically doing a progression up to that point. We're going to test it, I believe, let's see here. Yeah, the week before Christmas, we're going to test that, or the week of Christmas, before Christmas itself. We will test the lumberjack total. And then building up to that, we're going to go through a progression to obviously build those lifts up. So basically longer prep clocks where you're getting some base level conditioning in, but you're also prepping for the lifting itself and then going through a lifting portion. That was something that we did last year. We're going to be following a very similar structure, borrowing some of those previous workouts to revisit them. And overall, I felt like that was a very solid progression that a lot of people had great success in last year. So we're going to take lots of the successful elements of that and incorporate it back into this year. So you're going to see more things that are like compared to with the date, right? Meaning that we've done it in the past and that I'm pulling it back up so that we can take advantage of it now. Another one is Kerf. So Kerf is deadlifts at an ascending weight, as well as inversion gymnastics. So thinking about getting upside down. So things like wall walks or handstand push-ups or handstand walking for more advanced athletes. That's one of the ones that we got coming up. So basically it's varying rounds of ascending weight deadlifts and progressing gymnastics movements. And honestly, it's probably my favorite benchmark. So it doesn't have to be yours, but it's probably my favorite. So we're also going to be getting ready for that, as well as wood chipper. Now wood chipper, 50 cal row, 150 double unders, 50 wall balls, 150 double unders, 50 dumbbell snatches. So it's a bit of a chipper. You see the double unders twice, but it's a nice simple workout that is still super challenging and a great option of testing fitness without the presence of a barbell. So those are things that we got coming up. We're going to make sure that you're as prepped as you can for all of that and keeping your fitness high as you go through the holidays, making sure that we're staying healthy, being able to breathe well, being able to keep lifting heavy weights and progressing. And on Thursdays, a good chunk of the time, I'm going to be building that off of our kettlebell programming. So kettlebell programming, I will write first, and then I'll build the CrossFit programming off of that, making sure that it is not too redundant from other things that we're seeing throughout the week. However, still kind of getting the flow and overall feel of those workouts. Again, for a lot of the time, it's going to be often pulled back intensity from what we actually see in kettlebell classes, because those are pretty high turnover, working for the majority of that 60 minutes. So yeah, if you haven't jumped into one of those classes, I'll encourage you to do so. They're great workouts. Also, great option for people who are less experienced. And finally, we're going to release some holiday hours here shortly. So make sure you look at the whiteboard. We'll make sure those are posted so you're up to date on all that stuff. Thanks for watching.